thanks to all the advice I got from certain people, such as MKXC920C0 stated, we can freeze the bread after you bought it and it will last for weeks. Choose the package size for 1 meal. That's how I do it. My toaster has an unfreeze function. This way the crust gets crisp again and it's fast. The way you have basically fresh bread every day without the need to buy it fresh every day, and it does not go bad and does not need any preservatives. Thank you for that message. Now I have a few other messages from such as at Insu Na. There are bread boxes that extend the lifetime of fresh bread, even sliced bread. They're typically made of wood and have a small hole for airflow. It's not going to make a huge difference, but it'll extend the life at least another day or two. And Koya Niskat, I-78 stated, if your bread is moldy in 2 days, you might want to check your environment. Might be a bit spore heavy. But yeah, it's going to last, it's not going to last long, but 2 days is a bit fast. Also, I never cut bread. Cut it yourself. Keep the loaf a bit longer, as well as otherwise, it's all dried out in 1 day or two. I listened to all of that advice. So I started buying bread using an app called Too Good To Go. And basically, if you haven't heard of that yet, you can get rest of foods. You can get foods from companies that they probably would normally throw away, and you can save it. Well, the one place I tried out is my local bakery. And I'm telling you something, they gave us some pretty good stuff. Let me show you. So they gave us 1 loaf of bread that was already sliced up. They gave us another loaf of bread. Let's see. A whole loaf of bread that I have to cut up or freeze. Just like one of the comments stated, which that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to freeze it. And they also gave us some other treats. Like here's like a chocolate croissant. Here is a donut. And here is a bread roll. And I got all of that for just €4. Now, if anyone knows anything about buying from a bakery, when you buy fresh bread, it can get expensive. So I got all of that for €4. But here's the issue. Now, freezing bread, I started doing. That was a great tip. My wife had already done it, My wife had already started freezing bread, but I just thought it was a way to save it, but I started doing it too. I've taken over making a breakfast for all of my children and my wife to get ready for work in kindergarten and school. And so I have become more invested in what type of bread my children need and why it's necessary. But the one issue that I kept running into is when I buy a whole loaf of bread, yeah, I can freeze it and save it for another time, especially using Too Good To Go, because they were giving us way too much to use at one time. So I started freezing bread, but I came to one issue that I kept running to over and over and over again. When I tried to slice the bread myself, it will come out sometimes so thick, sometimes be so thin on one side, but the other side super thick. I'm just not good at using a knife. So that's why I have invested in a bread cutter. Now, it looks just like like a meat slicer or something like that. But when I looked this up online, they specifically mentioned first bread. And that's why I bought it. And I'm gonna show you how much I have come to enjoy this. So buying whole loaves of bread, just like the commenters stated, I have been doing. And now, because of this bread cutter, I would save my life. And I'm doing a review of 2 apps. I'm doing a review of Too Good To Go. Try it out. I'm not going to tell you about mine because I don't want nobody to steal the one where I actually get my bread from. Because there's only like 3 available for a day. And I don't use it every day, but when I do use it, I would hate for someone else to buy it all up before I have a chance to get to it. But use the app. If you haven't used the app, you can save groceries that they are probably going to throw away, and you can get a good deal with it. You just have to store it properly, freeze it, make sure that it lasts as long as possible, because a lot of this stuff is probably going to expire the same day you get it, or a day later or something like that. Some of the stuff might already be expired according to the date that's on the package. But as they say on the Too Good to Go out, just smell it, look at it. If it looks good, if it smells good, then it's still good. Of course, they have to put those dates on products, and I don't want to get into all of that, but let's get to the main thing. So I showed you all the bread that I got. I showed you I already got one that's already sliced up, and it tastes delicious. It seems like every time they give me something totally different, and some of these things I've never ordered before. Like this sliced bread here, I've never ordered this bread before, and it tasted really good. So this is something that I will probably buy just to buy it next time I have it. But for the full loaf of bread, it's time for me to use my cutter. So I bought this bread cutter. It is called it's a Serevin bread cutter, and I bought it specifically for cutting bread. But I can use it to cut cheese, which I've done already, and I can use it to cut deli meat, and I've done that as well. I'm just going to show you how I set it up. This is actually the cheapest one that they had on Amazon. I wasn't going to spend a whole lot of money for something that I've never tried out before. So here how it folds up. It folds up so it's easy to put away. Fold it down like this. Here's the blade. Check it out. The blade is actually made in Germany. The rest of the product, I'm not sure, but the blade itself is made in Germany. It has a 2-button system. The machine will not work if I just press one of them. I have to hold down both of them. Make sure that I won't put my hand anywhere close for it to come on. Now, here on this side, there's a lever for me to adjust how thick I want the bread. See, it's going back and forth. Let me turn it so you can see exactly. See how the thickness. See that? How big the gap is. Yeah. All right. Now, I'm not fully assembled yet. I gotta add this tray like this. And this is a finger guard. So when I'm cutting the bread, I won't hurt myself. It's very good to make sure that I'm well protected. Now, this piece of bread though is long. It's not gonna fit on here by itself, so I'm actually going to remove that. And I'm going to cut the bread to my desired thickness. So this is 5 centimeters. So I'm press the button down. Press against the bread. Look at that. But nice. This way you see it coming out as well. So I'll turn it this way so you can see. Now, for some people, this is actually too thin. Some people probably want it a little bit thicker. So I'm going to adjust it, make it a little bit thicker, move it back to its desired position, turn it back this way. There we go. And look at that. Let's move the camera just a little bit more so you can see. All right. Let's do it again. All right. Now look at that. So let's compare. So this was the first one I cut. This is the second one. You can see the thickness comparison, right? Get some more. Ooh, look at that. Look at that nice slice cut of bread. All right, now, some might ask me, unplug it, because I want to show you how easy it is for me to clean it. So I can take this part off, this tray. I can remove the blade, and boom, I can just wipe it down. get everything away. It's so easy to clean. I'm just using my finger right now, but once I get something, I can adjust it. I can clean it. Look at that. Move that back. Take all the dust away. Clean it and fold it up. But here is the main attraction, made in Germany. Put it back in its place. Fold it up. And I can put it away. For the people that have sent me comments, thank you very much. I love to read all the comments. I love to comment. I try to comment on everybody's comments when I get the chance. And yeah, but I do listen to your advice. I really listen to it. And if it may help, if I can prove that it can make my life better, then I take it. Now, if anyone else want to buy a Breadcutter, I like this one. It does exactly what I needed to do. It was a budget saver, the cheapest of all the Breadcutters they had available. Now, and I saw, these things can get very expensive, very, very expensive. Right now I'm satisfied with this one, but you know how it is sometimes. Once you upgrade to something, you might find it might be actually way better and it's worth it. But right now, this does exactly what I needed to do. Here's a thin slice of bread. So I'm buying full loaves of bread now. And when I need it, I cut it up, cut how many pieces I need, and I store the rest of it. And the bread does last longer this way. It stays softer. It has still a good taste. When I bought a sliced bread, it did get stale a little bit faster, so it didn't get moldy like my video. I'm sorry I said it got moldy. But it doesn't get stale as fast. And it maintains the smell of freshness longer when you buy a whole loaf of bread. And the rest of it, I just freeze. So I tried to use a knife myself. I just could not, like I said, I could not cut them. And look at this. Even if I use a knife, I'm not that skilled to cut slices. They're going to be this size or so thin. So my son can say, just daddy, I want a thin slice, boom. My wife say, make mine a little bit thicker, boom. And I can cut it exactly how it needs to be cut. So with that being said, peace. And keep sending me the comments. And if I can afford it, I would follow every tip that's given to me. I would try them out. Why not? So two things I talked about, too good to go out, as well as this Breadcutter. So far, those two things have helped me save money, save time, and actually have fun. When it does all three of those things, you can't really beat it.